I use fish tank filter foam in my studio. That's right, this inexpensive foam can make a big difference to your recordings, whether you're a podcaster, streamer, or just looking to improve your voiceovers. So let's dive in. Normally this foam is used to keep aquarium water clear, but it can also be a bonus when recording. You see, the structure is springy and that helps to absorb vibrations, while the matrix of holes is like mini tunnels that twist and turn, which help to diffuse airflows. Although this foam only costs just a few dollars, I'll show you how it can make a big difference to your recordings. First off, you can use it as a pop filter. In fact, it's one of the best pop filters I've found. Now, pops are caused by air blasts from plosives hitting the microphone capsule, but by putting this foam in front of the microphone, those air blasts are stopped before they can get to the mic capsule, preventing those audible pops. Simply cut a piece of foam and then place it in front of the microphone, and voila, you've got a simple, effective pop filter that won't break the bank. So let's do a test, first without this foam. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. And now with the foam. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. That's quite a difference. Next, here's another common problem. Desktop microphones like this Blue Yeti that I've now switched to can pick up sound and vibrations from your table or desktop. If you're recording on a desk, even minor knocks or typing sounds can travel right through the wood into the microphone and be picked up. But if I place a piece of foam like this one that I cut out earlier, I'll isolate the microphone from the desk and reduce those unwanted tapping sounds. So listen to this. Here's the microphone without this foam. Now I can see on my laptop that the wave profile is really high when I'm tapping just beside the microphone. And if I tap off to the side, this is at the edge of my desk, it's quieter, but it's still there. And what if I happen to just hit the desk with my foot? So let's try that. Ow, that hurt. Let's try again. Ow. That is really, really noticeable. Now, we'll do the same, but I'll put the foam underneath the microphone. So, this is an inch of fish filter foam underneath the Blue Yeti, and let's see what difference that will make. Now I'm tapping right beside the microphone, and the waveform on my laptop, I can see it is much lower. Now at the edge of the desk, yeah, that is. And finally, the test that hurt my toe, I'll do it again. Now that is noticeable, but not as high a peak as it was beforehand. So that's a knock and bump test through the desk, but what about typing? I've taken the foam away from the base of the Blue Yeti, and I've got a keyboard in front of the Blue Yeti between the mic and yourself. From my perspective, it's behind the Blue Yeti, but it's probably where I would have it because I want to have the microphone about 6 to 8 inches away from my mouth. So first of all, I'll type on the keyboard without the foam underneath the microphone. Now that is quite low compared to the bumps, but now let's put the foam underneath the microphone. And now I'll do that typing again. Now, looking at the waveform, it does look a little bit lower. Probably the bulk of the sound that is coming is just coming through the air to the mic capsule, and it's not coming through the desk through a mechanical connection. So the foam acts as a cushion, absorbing some of those vibrations, so the mic picks up less of the sound that you don't want. But I'm not finished with this foam yet. Here's another thing that I could do. I could put the sheet of foam underneath the keyboard as well as underneath the Blue Yeti, and that would improve the situation even more. So let's just pop that underneath. Oh, the cable's getting in the way. There we go. And now I will type again. And take the foam away. And take the foam away from the microphone. I can see there is a difference between having the foam and not having the foam, but I've got another use for this foam, which I'll now show you. Now, if you're like me and sometimes you record in front of a laptop, as I'm doing right now, the fan noise can be really a big issue, especially if the processor is working hard, because then the fan will have to crank up to try and keep the processor cool. Now, that sound can travel through the computer case into the desktop and make it eventually to the microphone where it will be picked up. The solution is to place some foam underneath the laptop. Now, normally I don't recommend putting something underneath the laptop because it can restrict your airflow. Now, the air to cool the processor can still circulate through the foam, but the foam can isolate the laptop from those mechanical noises that come through the desk. Now, at this point, I was going to let you hear what the difference is between having the foam underneath my laptop and not. Unfortunately, my laptop has suddenly gone quiet. The fan's really slowed down, so it's already reasonably quiet. So I'm going to put the foam underneath the laptop and let you hear that. But first of all, I'm going to bring the laptop a little bit closer so that you can hear what it does sound like. So let's bring that over, and I don't know whether you can hear anything there. And now I'm going to switch to putting the foam, this sheet of foam, underneath the laptop. Now, I've put that sheet of foam underneath the laptop, so it's now isolated from the desktop. So we shouldn't be transmitting that vibration from the fan in the computer through to the Yeti. So let's take another listen. Now, looking at the waveform on the computer, it looks fairly clean. I'm not quite sure, because I wasn't listening on headphones, how loud it was without the foam, but my impression from looking at the screen is it has improved the situation. So just a simple piece of foam can reduce that annoying hum that comes through your desk from your laptop if you're recording with a laptop. Now, the foam blocks the vibrations and keeps the focus on your voice, which is where it should be. Now, let's talk benefits and limitations. Well, the best part of this foam is that it's super cheap and versatile. You can cut it, stack it, and fit it to your needs. And if you do use it as a pop filter, it's virtually acoustically transparent. In other words, it's not going to have much effect on the sound of your voice other than removing those pops. In terms of negative points, well, there aren't very many. The main one is that it's hard to make a neat edge when cutting it with a sharp knife or scissors. But if you have a hot wire cutter, it should be easier to do a clean job of it. So for just a few dollars, you really can't go wrong. Now, there is one last way that you can use this filter foam that I think is worth mentioning. If you've got loudspeaker monitors sitting on your desk and the surface contact causes a little buzz, then you've guessed it, place the speakers on a sheet of foam. However, if you've got heavy monitors like mine, I would suggest using a few layers of foam like this, or you can get some heavy duty foam like this. This is much more dense, and both solutions work exceptionally well. So there you have it, fish tank filter foam, a surprisingly effective way to improve your audio for just a few dollars. Why not give it a try? If this video has been helpful, please help me with the algorithm here on YouTube by hitting the like button, subscribe for more content creation videos, and smash that notification bell to be the first to know when I publish. In the meantime, here's a video that YouTube thinks that you'll like, so go on, click that link and I'll see you on the other side.